Okay, so this weekend, I gotta run the car, warm it up, do its monthly routine of running it for 10 minutes, but I'll give you the walk around. It's in the garage. I'm not taking it out. It's 2 below, something like that out.
I don't know how well we're going to be able to see this, and that's not bad. So the front suspension, I believe, is either off of the Fiero. It's been lengthened a bit. Or it's, I believe, the front of the Grand Am. And we do have coilovers. And I think I've done the ball joints up front. Other than that, the bushings are pretty good. Steering rack appears to be out of it's a manual unit, so I think it's Fiero as well. Not 100% sure. Coilovers that are adjusted, they got little extenders on the bottom of them. Actually, I don't know if you can see them. Oh yeah, you can see it here. You can see there's a little build up here to get a little more height out of them so you don't scrape the front end. That's the vent I put in shortly after I got the car. This is just open hole here, and I put this venting in just for the AC condensers up front. It's a hole into the pod up front for more flow as well for AC, and I think that's the vent duct. It goes out front here and it comes in under the front air dam right there. Picks up fresh air at the front of the car. The other cool thing on the front of the car, little pull strap. Need that for getting it up on the toes. So brakes and everything I think are Grand Am front as well, because in the 15-inch diameter rims you don't have a whole lot of room from caliper, so you not a lot of choices for diameter if you're going to go with OEM style rims. So you can see it's a square tube chassis, and it's a drain for the AC. They just got a flat panel on the bottom here so you can lower you can see these little welds for the seats here. So the seats are sitting right down on this pan on the bottom here. So that's how you got a little more seat room in the car. And then the frame rails kind of carry on out the back here, and there's some upper ones as well. Let me get these drip trays out of the way and I'll show you the rest. Alright, where was I? So, past the cab here, so you come up on, there's dual tanks. One over there, one over here. You're connected by that hose right there. So when you fill up outside, that's filling both sides of the tanks. And then right above us here is the LT1 out of a 93 Corvette. And I've done the oil pan. It's new. There was a dent on the bottom here in the old one. So I just replaced it. Somebody must have tried to lift it or hold the engine up with it. Put a dinger in it, so I replaced that. And the transmission's been out and rebuilt. It's got a couple little leaks there on it that we're still working on dealing with. Other than that, the engine, I've done the main seal, because when I had the transmission out, I did the main seal as well while I had it out. On the front side here, the only thing I could see coming is that Opti, which is the Opti Spark, which is for the LT1, maybe going. I don't know. I've got the revving, surging thing going on with the engine, that's only when it's under low with AC on, everything on. It tends to surge a little bit. If I turn the AC off, it seems to go away, but it might be something with the OptiSpark, I'm not sure. At the back end, we got the 5-speed Griffin gearbox in the back here, which has, I think they're Cadillac drive shafts going out to each side. And then on the exhaust manifold, you can't see much from underneath here. No, not really. Anyways, it just comes down into some straight pipes and out the back. So it's basically a stock manifold into some straight pipes at the back. So that's pretty much it underneath. Wiper starts every time I put the battery on. I don't know. You hear that weird noise? It's not door poppers on this. I think this is done before door poppers came out. So they used a electric window mechanism to spin a lever to pull the latch on the interior here. Part of the reason why the windows on this don't go down is because, well, hey, even on the real one they didn't go down very far, but put the door mechanism in here because they didn't have door poppers. The window area here is pretty much all filled up with that stuff, so windows don't go down, but it's no great loss. AC in this thing's great. Oh. One last button for the Swiss Army knife. Alright, let's do a little tour of the top side here. So, AC condenser up front. Yeah, we got the the motors are actually, I think it might be some kind of GM, maybe Fiero, I'm not sure, for the pop-up headlights. Water bottle, squirter for the window front washer. Don't believe they ever had anything in it. A couple of I think crossovers for the amp for inside. The all important just in case. Yeah, that's the front side of it. Going inside, I think I've pretty much shown everything on the inside before, but it's not totally authentic. The radio's over here on this side. Typically that's over in the center. Gauges are, I think it's, is it Smith West? I can't remember now. Stuart Warner, sorry. Gauges, and then steering wheel, and the seats go back and forth quite a bit actually. There's full movement on them, which is good, and they're right down like on the floor, so like I say, I'm 6 feet tall and I fit. So I do have some cleaning to do, and the carpet's in here. On the center console, these switches over here for the mirrors. Horn. Doesn't work. Too cold. So we got some other switches on the dash. We got our HVAC system here with the AC. You got fog lights, regular lights, dimmer, switch of unknown. Haven't traced that one yet to figure out what it's doing. I think it's to the security system. This rotates the doors to unlock them. That's turns the fans on. So if I want a hot day, leave the fans running and turn them on early or something. Never actually used it. The thermostat works well with it, and it comes on and keeps it around 180, so it's not an issue. Dome lights. And you see, it doesn't have the gated shifter, you know, like most of them have. And the reason for that is there's a mechanism in here. You can probably see it there, that outline of it right there. My finger's on the top of it. So if I went with a gated shifter, it'd have to be about this tall, which will look kind of funky. And I can't drop the shifter down because there's no clearance in below to do that. So I'd have to probably change out the entire shifter style, which is something that I might do. But anyways, I gotta find the right shifter to pull that one off. Up top we got the visors and you know, the panel on the top is it's good because they, you know, the structure is all on the outside, and then the inside, basically it's the fiberglass on top that we got the roof liner on, which gives you the extra clearance as well. That's the antenna in the back through the window there. So heading outside, the ducts are functional because you can see there's a K&N cone filter in there for the intake, and there's a rad there. They are functional. I think the engine bay you guys have seen before. LT1 from the top side with it's basically stock, nothing there. You can see there's the stock exhaust manifolds, and then it just goes, no cats or anything like that. It's just wide open, other than the straight pipes, which are right about there. And I still got some cleaning up in here to do. I haven't cleaned it all. I've taken the covers off of the motor, so that's on the agenda. You can see there's one of the fans over there, and the other one over here underneath. And the venting is actually open. You can see outside there, the back side. It's exhaust out here, so when you're standing, the car's running, the fan's running, you actually feel the heat coming out of there. Trunk. Not a whole lot of room. I could probably make, you know, a golf bag fit in here if I really wanted to. But that's about it. You know, it's more good for a couple of chairs. That's we got these straps in here to hold down the chairs when we're off to shows, and the bags for cleaning up. So ECU's here with a few fuses to the engine. The harness comes in here. Have red lights just to check engine lights. I can see it back here as well on the dash. So it's just a stock ECU for the LT1. Headed to that. I think it's. I'm not sure if it's got a stock tune or not. Well, it's one of the things on my agenda is eventually get out and have the thing. See if we can have a look at the map on it, because with the wide open exhaust, it's probably doing some things with the running rich or running lean, and that's probably causing it. But that's it from this side, and you might see in some of my other videos. Fuse panel is inside here, and this was a recent addition, the auxiliary plug, which we needed. And there's the speakers in the, so these are here. Although I've only had it on, I think, once or twice. Listening to the motors, fun enough. And that's basically it for the body. It's a custom, Bill Kester out of Texas. I think it's one of his. He did Armstrong. He did a bunch of other guys too, from what I can tell. So this is the 88 version that Lamborghini did. And yeah, it's basically it. It does have a fuel filler in the same place as the OEM original does. I think the original has a door down here and where you fill it. It's just put up here as you look in the side intake. Can't really see it until you go looking for it. It does have one. Now we get to run it. And it's cold. So you can feel it. Run. So about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Oh. He's running. Now let it prime one more time.
Third time's a charm. I haven't opened this in a while, no. Uh-oh. Doesn't want to go. What happens? You don't open it in a while. You never know. I'll leave it in full Swiss Army mode for now. I haven't started in a month, so fingers crossed. Well, I was going to put some more fuel in it.
Too cold. Well, might work. Almost worked. Sounds like a foghorn right now in the winter.
The key is required. Alright, so fire it up. You can see. Put some fuel in it. Run. What, 3 weeks? 4 weeks? Something like that. He's ready.